Hello, welcome. We're so excited to have you part of our Ducere webinar. Thank you for joining us tonight. My name is Megan. I'm the Associate Director of Admissions here with Canadian Business College, and we've partnered with Ducere, which is a global enterprise who connects us with universities around the world. So I'd like to introduce Caroline Raffi. She's the VP from Ducere Global College, and I'd like to introduce her now. Thank you so much.
Of course, it's a pleasure. Thank you, Megan. It's good to be here. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We're very excited about this partnership and, being able to offer higher education really globally to anybody who wants to advance in their career. And there's some sort of a barrier. So the biggest barriers are usually entry criteria, cost, time. So we have creative ways of overcoming most barriers. So I'm here today to share with you who we are, what we do, and we can take it from there. Feel free to put in your questions in chat. I can answer questions as we go. We will open to Q&A at the end of the program, but at the end of the webinar, sorry. But while we're going, if you want to interrupt me, feel free to do that. There are no stupid questions. It's a safe space. Uh, Please feel free to um, ask any questions when it comes to. So, can you see my screen? Yep. Okay. Just put it in presentation mode. Wonderful. All right. So who we are and what we do, as I mentioned, we overcome barriers for study. So here we are, we're talking about we offer bachelors and offering masters, so MBAs and bachelors, specifically focusing on business. So when you say business, it could be pretty broad, mostly on management and leadership. So how are we different? Who are we and what is it that we do? So um, we design and deliver the degree. So everything from content, professors, ward leaders that I'll share with you, it's all our property that we own. And then we partner up with different universities. So in this case, University of East London. The reason why we like to partner up with universities is, accreditation, credibility, so on and so forth. The reason why they like to partner up with us is because of the way that we deliver the degrees, that I'll explain to you why or how that is, as well as the quality of the education that we deliver. So that partnership works. But bottom line is the vision is for us to focus specifically on students' career progression to help them, progress in their career. So that's how the partnership works. The way that the bachelor works is so let's say you want to start the program and you register for the program today. We register you for the pathway. So you receive dual qualification. You will receive a advanced diploma in leadership and management from an Australian partner. And then after you're done with that, then you automatically get accepted or entered into University of East London. So rather than having to take some prereqs or going to community college, so on and so forth, what we do is we again register you. So you go through this pathway that we call it for about a year. I've had students that have done it in less than a year, depending on how fast you do your studies. And then as soon as you get accepted, then we'll submit you to the University of East London. So when you graduate, you get your bachelor's from University of East London. The criteria really is just for you to be 18 years of old and also, English language, which if you're coming from Canadian Business College, we're assuming that, you are fluent in English. We have part one is open enrollment. So if you want to start tomorrow, you can. You don't have to, wait. It's just, anytime that you want to get started, you can. And after you're done with the pathway that I explained to you, then the second part will have three intakes in a year because that will be the traditional university, right? So if you look at my cursor here, part one, open enrollment, you start, and then as soon as you're done with that part one, then if you end right in January or right in May or September, then you can continue your education. Sometimes in between there is a gap, like a month gap or 2 months gap until the second part of the intake starts. Then you wait until the intake starts. Delivery is 100% online for both parts. And really, intake part one, you can't, I don't want you to be, intimidated and think, hey, I don't know, am I going to pass? Am I going to fail? It's really, if you haven't passed it, you take it again. You take the exams again or quizzes again. So it's also very accessible. So we don't have any exams, they're mostly quizzes. And then also the way you get assessed specifically on the second part is all assignment based, depending on what industry you're in. Or some of you might be, very entrepreneurial, want to have your own business, so you focus on that. I just want to pause here before we continue to see if there are any questions that I can answer, or should we continue going?
Don't be shy, y'all. If there are any questions about what we just covered, we'd be happy to answer them for you.
Okay, so I continue going.
Yes,
Uh,
please.
to be the best, to be the best, we believe that you need to learn from the best. So, in addition to the professors that we have that teach the courses, mark the papers, students have access to 250 world leaders that their teaching is embedded within our curriculum. It's a very impressive library that students learn from. These are former prime ministers. We actually have two former prime ministers of Canada that are part of our faculty. These are billionaires, serial entrepreneurs. For example, we have founder of Atari and Chuck E. Cheese, founder of USA Network, Goldie Hawn, so on and so forth, that our students learn from to make sure that it's quality education that you're receiving as well as relevancy. It's relevant to the real world. We use the portal that we use is Canvas. It's very intuitive, user friendly, and everything happens within that portal. So if again you want to communicate with your cohorts, you can chat with them there. If you want to have WhatsApp groups on the side, you can. But most communication assignments all will be done through Canvas. These are some of the organizations that their managers and employees have gone through the program and have successfully completed the program. And I want to go back here because we're talking about portal and technical part of it. You will, as soon as you get accepted to the program, you'll be assigned a support team that'll be with you throughout the whole program from start to finish. So again, I don't want anybody to get intimidated and think like, oh, I don't know, I'm not really tech savvy or I haven't used this portal. You have an orientation before you start the program. And if there are any life-changing event happening or if you're having any technical difficulties, we're here to support you throughout the whole program. Moving forward, so we're Ducere, so we'll help you with registration. Obviously, same with the help of CBC, and then you start with spec training here. So you go through the 1 year, and then after you're done, then you get submitted to University of East London. University of East London is a public British university. They're highly ranked and they're fully registered and very recognized by US Department of Education as well as your government in Canada. So that because people ask about accreditation, so they're fully recognized and your degree will come from University of East London in addition to the diploma that you get from spec training from Australia. And then the beauty of it is, even though the program is 100% online, you can, for graduation, you can actually go on campus, cap and gown, walk on stage, take pictures with family, friends, celebrate your achievement. You can definitely do that on campus. It's, of course, optional, but it's a really cool experience and we highly recommend it. So more about accreditation that I'll be happy to, of course, share with you. So I want to make sure there's no confusion here. Again, so we take care of, think of us as concierge, if you will, from start to finish or with you, we support you. And then spec training, think of it as a pathway, will be a bridge between where you are now and the university that you're going to graduate from. So you go through spec training, University of East London, and graduate. The beauty of this is, first of all, you get to complete the program in 2 years, and you don't have to worry about, again, entry criteria. Investing in your future, I'm sure you're well aware, especially if you're attending this webinar, but I'll share these numbers with you. So when we compare, individuals that have a degree rather than not having a degree, so the earnings show for Bachelor that it's 67% higher median earning compared to individuals that don't have a degree. And then also over career for those with Bachelor degree, we see that the increase is 1.5 million dollars when it comes to income. Increase in annual income, again, over average for the bachelor is $20,700 in comparison to individuals that don't have a bachelor degree. I mean, these are kind of like obvious, but just fun fact for the numbers. Because we talk to employers, and the employers, what they tell us is that, listen, we really care about, for example, experience, right? Or soft skill, this and that. But we have to have a way to, when it comes to applications, we have to have a way to filter them. So the best way for us to filter it is just to see if that box has been ticked or not, if they have a bachelor degree, if they have a master's degree. So that's just shows why the numbers are the way they are, because most industries, even if they say, oh, we really don't care about degree, when it comes down to it, they want to make sure that box has been ticked. So tuition fee, we, of course, because you are, again, the partnership that we have with Canadian Business College, you're receiving a scholarship. So the cost will be approximately about 22,000 Canadian dollars. The reason why I say about is it depends just because of the exchange rate. And because University of East London is recognized, you'll be able to receive payment. Obviously, we have payment plans, but you can also receive government loans that will be available to you. But if you don't want to get a loan, we can definitely offer payment plans without any interest. So when you graduate, as I mentioned, you will have your bachelor from University of East London, which is a public British university, and then you have your advanced diploma of business from Spec Training, that is an Australian institution. One thing that I highly recommend is for our students that register for the program, they start the program, I tell them that as soon as you get accepted, make sure you put on your LinkedIn and your resume that you get your bachelor's. You can put BA 2026, 2027, depending on when you're graduating, because as I explained, when it comes to filtering and now AI, people are not, you don't have actual individuals now going through the resumes. It will pick up the keywords. So as soon as you start the program, you can take advantage of the program and the fact that you have started the program. You don't have to wait for 2 years and be like, okay, now my 2 years is up. Now I can apply for a job. You can definitely apply for, or put BA class of 2027, 2026 as soon as you start the program. We are a social enterprise, so we're again on the student side. So we will look at ways to, as I mentioned a couple of times, overcome barriers. But then also part of the tuition that we collect from our students funds our nonprofit organization that provides education to 26 countries across Africa, and so it's also for a good cause. And that's the end of the presentation. And of course, I'm here to help. And you have our fabulous Megan's contact information to reach out for any other questions that you may have after the webinar. Um, these are some frequently asked questions, but before we go through them, I want to open it to you to see if you have any questions and concerns. I'm going to stop sharing here. Again, it's a safe space. There's no judgment. There is no stupid questions. Anything that comes to mind, One thing that we get asked right off the bat, because mentioned again, cost is a big barrier, which you know now what the cost is. If you are working with an employer, I highly recommend you asking them if they offer tuition reimbursement program. Here's the beauty of the program because it's all hands-on. When you start your, especially the second part with University of East London, because it's hands-on and work integrated, employers love working with us because you're solving their strategic problems as you're going through your bachelor's or your master's. So what happens is, for example, if you're working for um, sorry, I'm based in US, so I'm thinking all this, yeah, let's say Walmart, I'm thinking like a global. So you're solving strategic challenges that Walmart is facing as you're getting your bachelor degree. So you don't have to put your studies on hold to work or put work on hold to study. It's going hand in hand simultaneously, killing two birds with one stone.
There's some
There's a
great questions in the chat box, Caroline. So one of them from Rizwana, she said, "Can CBC help with applying for government loans?" Yes. So what we can do is after this webinar, I'll set up a call, a one-on-one call with each one of you. So then that way I can start to help with your specific process and set you up to speak to our finance team who can help you with the government loans. I'll leave the next one for you, Caroline.
yeah.
And Vincent says, "I have an associate's degree from a US university. Will you need my transcripts?"
I'll be happy to look at them if the classes that you've taken are similar because you could be I'm gonna get a little bit funny here. You could be studying basket weaving, right, and getting your associate in that. It has nothing to do with business. So if what you've studied and your degree is similar to the subjects that we have, then I'll be happy to get your transcripts and see if we can offer credits for the subjects that you received. Also, I know we're talking about the bachelor degree, but if you've been working for, I don't know, over 5 years of management experience, let's focus on management. If you have 5 years of management experience, and by management experience, I mean managing people, managing projects, owning your own business, then get in contact with us because the possibility is, even though you don't have a bachelor degree, we can possibly skip that and actually register you for the masters because with the masters we don't require a bachelor degree, but we do require management experience. So you talked about associate degree again. I'll be happy to look into that for you. But if you're like, I have my AA and also I have 5 years of management experience, then we can possibly help you go even beyond that. What are the different types of programs under the BA program? My background is in law from CBC. So we focus on business, and by business, it's specifically focused on management and leadership. So you can stay in, if you like law, you can stay in, the same sector. But the reason why we have physicians or lawyers or dentists getting their MBA or getting their bachelor in business is because they either want to do, like work up their ladder and get into management positions within their industry, or they want to start their own business. So that's why even though we have students that are from different industries, again, law, healthcare, automotive, but they want to get their MBA or they want to get their bachelor's because it's going to help them from the business aspect of it as well as career progression within their organization. Yeah, you're welcome,
Great
Vincent.
questions. Any other
Pleasure.
questions that we can answer for y'all?
So I have some FAQs here that I'd like to share with you because I talk to students all day, every day. So something that you might like, usually when you're on the phone or when you're in meetings, you're all good. And as soon as you finish the webinar, you hang up, you're like, oh, I forgot. So some of the frequently asked questions that my students ask. First of all, the application is free. So there's no application fee, there's no book fee. So the cost that you get is what you'll be paying for. We don't like to make things complicated. We like everything to be clean and clear and we're very transparent. What you need for application, we need a government ID, we need your resume. We also need, usually we ask for 2 letters of recommendation, but if you come from Canadian Business College, then because you're coming through them, we only require 1 letter of recommendation. And also a personal statement, which is a 1-page essay. Then you explained, how you've been successful so far and how getting a bachelor degree will help you even further your career. Everything, as I mentioned, delivery is 100% online. So you study on your own time, nights, weekends, whenever it suits you. There are live sessions, but you're not required to attend live sessions. So if for some reason, you are unable to attend or you're traveling or whatnot, you can watch the recording on your own leisure. And as I mentioned, the studies, especially the second part, after you're done with the pathway, the University of East London part, it's going to be focused on your own industry and your own end goal. So if you want to stay, in law, then you're going to be solving strategic challenges that your industry or your organization is facing while you're getting your bachelor's.
Another question that was asked in the chat was, what technical resources do I need? So I'm guessing that's like a laptop and or a computer. Are there certain specs that are needed, Caroline?
No, as long as you have your laptop, really, that's all you need because we actually have audio reading. So again, for the second part, especially because the first part is again, because you're coming from Canadian Business College, you're obviously motivated, you're obviously smart. So the first part is going to be easy, really not a problem. That won't be an issue. And then for the second part, let's say if you're traveling or I have, parents that are dropping their kids off and you don't necessarily want to read, we have audio that you can listen to, while you're in the car or while you're flying. So we're all about, again, making it accessible for our students to be able to do their studies without having to worry about, other things. We just want you to focus on your studies, graduate, and further in your career. So short answer is no, a laptop will be fine. Laptop and Wi-Fi.
So another question that people usually ask is, when is the next start date?
So for Bachelor, it's open enrollment, so you can get started anytime you like, really. And then after you're done with the pathway, that first part, then we'll see if, let's say, you finish August 18th, just this intake coming up. So our next intake is September 1st for the university part. So if you finish your pathway, August 18th, then from 18th to the 1st, you're just waiting until the university starts. But if you finish right the day before, then you continue studying. If you finish your pathway in June or July, then you're waiting a couple of months before the university part starts. But to answer your question, you can get started as soon as you like. It's open enrollment for the pathway part. What is the process if I need to pause or withdraw from the program? Good question. So if you need to pause or withdraw, we do have a withdrawal form that you will fill out. And we'll see why that is. Our retention rate is over 85%, and it's actually constantly increasing. The reason why I share that with you is because we're here, we want to sign you up for success. If we see someone is not eligible or someone is not, we're not going to sign you up because we care about you, we care about your success, and we also, don't like we also have a reputation to keep. So, if you need to pause or withdraw, what we'll do is you'll fill out the form, you let us know what the reasons are. If let's say you're behind a couple of days or a week, then we'll help you catch up. We get extensions or whatnot. But if it's life-changing events happening, and hopefully all for good reasons, then you can fill out the withdrawal form and then continue when the issue has been resolved to continue your education. So I'm just going to share something that was really interesting and clever. We have a student. This is when we're doing the MBA program, and this gentleman was super smart. He was very smart, like running multi-billion-dollar companies. Just that he never got to get his degree. So when we started talking, he said, "I'm going to pay upfront. I'm not going to pay monthly. I'm not going to pay termly. I'm just going to pay upfront." I was like, "Okay." He's like, "Do you know why I'm doing that?" I said, "No." He's like, "Because if I pay you upfront, then I know I have no choice. I have to finish it, and it's like it's 2 years. Like I got this. It goes by so fast." So the reason why I can share that is you um, don't think about people get intimidated, and they're like, oh, it's 24 months or whatever, but it goes by so fast. And the way you make your payments, again, you can pay it monthly, or if you want, you can pay it as you go. Um, or you can get a loan. So when it comes to, again, withdrawal, we'll see that how much you've paid, then we keep that, whatever you've paid is staying here. And then when you continue your education, then you pay the remaining as you continue your education.
Well, thank you so much, Caroline. We do have this scheduled for 30 minutes. So we do have a couple more minutes. So if there's any other questions, please feel free to write them in the chat box or unmute. We would love to answer your questions. But to Caroline, I want to thank you so much for coming and for taking the time. Again, Caroline is from Ducere Global Business School, and she is going to help bridge the gap and work as a concierge service, as she's mentioned, with the different universities that we can connect with. University of East London is OSAP eligible, like she mentioned. So what I'll do is I will connect with everybody here on this call, and I can set up a follow-up call where we can discuss your application and to see if you're eligible, and if you want to go through government financing options or your financial options, we can discuss that with you as well. But we really want to thank you for joining the webinar tonight. So if there's no other questions, we'll let you go. And again, thank you so much, Caroline, for taking the time to discuss
Pleasure.
everything with us and go through everything in detail.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure being here.
Thank
Take
you.
care. Bye.
Bye, everyone.